What's up, everybody? It's Gary here, and today we are having an orientation introductory session on our Foreign Exchange Academy through Increase University. It's the top of the year, and we are so excited to inform and let everybody know that they can come and learn how to trade in a foreign exchange market, which is a $7.3 trillion per day industry. And with that, people are learning a skill. What skill is that? To learn how to trade, whether it's foreign exchange, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's gold. You're learning how to trade currencies. And with that skill, you can make money every single day. And what's even more exciting is that you don't have to wait until someone's cryptocurrency project to have some success. You don't have to worry about a company going under. You don't have to worry about a CEO disappearing. You don't have to worry about any of that. Once you learn this skill, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, can ever take it away from you. So from now, we're in the mid-January of 2021 until February the 1st, I will be having introductory orientation sessions. We have them during the daytime and during the evening. Our daytime meetings are usually light because, people have their 9-to-5 jobs. Not too many people are home, but in the evening, we are absolutely on fire. So if you would like to know more about our information sessions, by all means, text Forex Zoom to 833-685-0280. That's Forex Zoom, all one word, to 833-685-0280. Or you can feel free to use my information in the description section below. If you are out of the States, you can use my WhatsApp. So feel free to get in contact me to learn about our Forex information sessions. And if you watch any of our presentations and you're ready to get started, you can text Forex link, all one word, Forex link to 833-685-0280. That's 833-685-0280. Again, if you're out of the States, you can use my information in the description below if you need to use WhatsApp. Okay, so we're going to get into it. We have a few students, coming aboard who would like to go through our introductory session. You could feel free to tune in and to listen in, but we're going to officially launch on February the 1st. So I would highly recommend between now and then for you to get, connected with me so you can get this information and you can make a decision for yourself, because we have what we call a 52-week challenge. Yes, a 52-week challenge, because look, we're at the top of the year, right? And most people have made what? A New Year's resolution. And they usually make a resolution to one or two things. And what is that? Either get in shape or make some more money. And believe it or not, we're not even out of January and people have already reneged. Well, with accountability partners, with, committed group here with our academy, we will show up every single week, every single day, so that you can get this information. So we just highly recommend if you can show up and be available these 2 or 3 times a week, that's great. But we're here to teach you a skill that you can earn in a foreign exchange market every single day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. All right, so let's get into it. Become a student. Initially, everything is going to seem like spaghetti, or it's going to seem like, you were speaking Spanish or what have you. It's going to be really overwhelming initially when it's like, oh my goodness, what did I just, become a part of? But we're in school, you didn't know, about history, or you didn't know algebra, or biology before you were introduced to it. But after weeks of training, practicing in school, you then got familiar with the process, and through the repetition, you was able to absorb the information and it started to make sense for you. The same thing here. Initially, it's going to be like we speak in Japanese. And you're like, I really just don't get this. Like, I see everybody else around me excited, but I really do not get this. What is going on? So that's going to be phase one, coming as a student and learning functionality and terminology. That's going to be phase one, learning functionalities and terminologies. And that's very important. Phase two, I would say, would be strategies, learning what strategies, because once you learn the terminologies and functionalities, now you can kind of like start talking the talk, but not necessarily walking the walk. You just heard these terms. We say check the weather. You'll know what check the weather means. We say you trade at the top of the hour. You'll be like, okay, you'll learn what that means. You'll learn about our indicators, our MACDs, our moving averages, all that terminology. You'll learn what that means. And once you understand, like, oh, okay. And then when we start talking about strategies, it's a matter of putting those pieces together, to formulate a strategy on when to come in the market and buy, when to come in the market and sell, when to not do anything at all, because you're now able to look at the moving averages. You're able to look at the MACDs. You're able to look at the auto fibs, and all these terms that I'm using right now, it would make sense because you learn terminologies and functionality. So now you're going to use that to learn our strategy. Now learning the strategy and applying the strategy are two different things, which is phase three, application, implementation, of our functionalities and our strategies, using MetaTrader 4, marking up your charts, to create the strategy situation so that you can know, what we call our breakout strategy. When that happens, you know how to set up your charts, mark up your charts to create that strategy in order to see when price breaks out of those zones so that you know whether you should place a buy or place a sell. But you'll get that system, or I say method, as a routine. You'll know to stop and wait, pause and wait at the stoplight, and what that means. Like all these phrases and terms that we use, like, oh, okay. And then as I'm speaking, I'm not reading from anything. I can speak fluently in what it is that we do with our strategy, when to get in the market, when not, when to buy, when to sell. And then you'll get a little bit more advanced, which is phase four. When I say this is where you are now ready to trade. After you go through those three phases and this light bulb come on for you for phase four, this is when you are ready to trade after practicing in your demo account. And what that is, I've been through the motions of confusion, frustrations, discouragement, but I kept showing up. I learned terminologies, functionalities. I've learned strategies. I start marking up my charts, getting a hands-on, training experience to get comfortable. And then I realized that I understood how to mark up the charts. I understood the terminology, whatever it is that it was saying, I got it. I'm waking up early in the morning. I'm there in the evening, showing up, absorbing the information, taking it in, watching the videos. And as I was going and I wanted to be there and catch the pips, that's another term, pips, I realized that the move already took place 2 hours ago. I missed all that money, or I fell asleep when the move happened while I was asleep. And I'm sitting there like, why everybody else able to post all these pips in our group and make all this money and have all this excitement and fun, but I'm missing it. I understand terminology, functionality. I understand the strategy. I can talk fluently, but I'm missing it. And then it's round 4. Call levels, alerts. You'll realize that, oh man, they're getting alerted by their phone that this action has taken place. Price broke out of this point. Price moved to this level. The MACDs cross, the 00 line. They're getting alerted. That's why they know how to get up at that time or go to their laptop or phone at that time and press buy or sell, after they pause and wait at the stoplight. But this is why I'm going to tell you that you need to learn terminology and functionality first, strategy second, application, implementation, practice, before you go ahead and say, I want these alerts and these call levels. Because when you're alerted and you receive these notifications, two things needs to happen. One, you are the signal. You're not waiting for no master trader to say, hey, have a trading idea that you place a buy here, a take profit here, take profit 2, 3 here, or sell at this price point on this currency pair. You're not waiting on that. You actually are the signal. You become the signal because you are able to mark up your charts to now tell this app, when price hits this point on my chart for this currency pair, I want you to notify me, app. See, you now know the terminology and the strategies, and you now programming the app to tell you when certain things happen. You're not waiting for Gary or anybody else to say, hey, get on this call and we're going to set up these charts and we're going to set price to here and when it breaks out. No, you are now the signal. You now are skilled to mark up your charts and set up your app and tell your app what you want to know. On this currency pair, on that currency pair, on that chart, I want to know when price hits there, because when price hits there, I'm coming to the charts. And based on confluence, where we have 3 to 5 things working in our favor, we feel safe and comfortable that after we wait and pause at the stoplight to press that buy button or press that sell button, you become the signal, and you need to know what you don't know in order to be able to program that app. And then the second thing is, not only you need to know how to mark up the charts to tell the app what to tell you, when an app alerts you, you need to be able to go to the charts and know what you're looking at. Okay, you told the app what to do, it did it. Because some people follow along and they say, oh, I would like to know when this happens. And they can probably figure out and put these parameters inside the app because we told them. But now when they get alerted, they got the phone, alerting them, on their laptop or PC alerting them. And it's like, oh, okay, so it said that, the bank level reached, or it said that, the moving average crossed this other moving average. Okay, so what that looks like. Okay, but what do I do next? They don't know because they haven't learned terminology, functionality, strategy. But even though moving averages cross, you also know that price must close above or below that moving average as well. And your MACDs must be aligned as well for you to take that trade. Those are be 3 to 5 areas of confluence. But then and only then, I would say once you get to step 3 going into step 4, you should have more confidence to be able to go to your charts, whether demo or live, to now start placing some trades, because you'll also know lot size, proper risk management. You know how to read your trading plan. You'll know how to do all those things. You'll understand the process. And now, because you treated your business of Forex as a profession, you now can reap the rewards as a professional. And you will still take some lessons, but you're now understand what you did wrong if you took a lesson, as we say. With proper lot size, you're not at high risk, if you take a lesson, okay? So that's what I coined my 4 steps or 4 phases of Forex, and we all got to make it through those 4 phases to then be able to speak fluent and say, I got this, this is awesome. And now you can go into the market comfortably to place your buys and sells. So if you up for that challenge, I would say stay with us, because we are excited to continue to share this information all year long. We're not going anywhere. We're committed to our 52-week challenge to be able to educate and to expose as many people to the foreign exchange market, with the hopes that it can help them generate a substantial amount of income in the next 52 weeks, so long as they stay committed with us. All right, so that's my little rant. Again, guys, you know, this is my informal session. You know, I just want you guys to feel comfortable, get the jitters, shake the jitters off, and follow along what we're doing. Okay. All right. So do you have your templates? I know those who haven't been able to get their chart set up, they do not have their templates because you probably just downloaded MetaTrader 4. If you do not, this is the area where I say most of us are at, is you do not have your templates. We went over templates last Sunday. We're going to go over templates this Sunday as well. So if you missed last Sunday's training, make sure you show up to this Sunday's training, you know, to create your templates, you know, and the templates is basically set up for things to be made easy peasy for you whenever you open up a new chart, a new currency pair that you would like to look at, and you know that you're familiar with a certain setup, but you may not either understand how to do that setup, or you may be trying to read the information, read the data fairly quickly because you would like to consider placing a buy or sell, but it's going to take some time to now add that moving average, add that MACD, you know, do your no trade zone. And if you could just click on that template on that new chart you're looking at, that new currency pair you're looking at, have it already be marked up for you, be, you know, instantly just say, hey, I would like to see when these moving averages cross on this particular currency pair, go, you know, you'll be able to do that. It's different setups, different charts or templates, I should say, that we're going to set up to get you guys, you know, in a position to have your chart set up for, for whatever templates you like to look at. And when we say templates, that just basically means if you would like to have your auto fib, you'll understand what that means. On your charts, if you like to have your bank levels on your charts, if you like to have your MACDs on your charts, if you would like to have your moving averages on your charts, all of that will be, you know, automatically displayed on your charts if you save a template, save that as a template. Or you may want to have just a couple of things being displayed on your charts. You could save another template so that template can show up on different currency pairs when you access that one. Okay, do you know our strategy and have you practiced setting it up?
As to templates, Gary, this is Isaac.
Okay,
yeah,
Isaac.
So yeah, you see my wife's face because my ridiculously expensive PC won't even do Zoom correctly. Okay. So I had to grab her laptop. So the templates, I have the templates set up, but some of the indicators on the templates are missing now. So I reschedule with the same instructor, and we're going to get that taken care of today. I have an appointment today.
Okay, awesome. And it's really going to probably be a matter of you going to insert indicators and going down to custom. And when you go down to custom, you'll see our list of indicators, you know, that we customize for the group. And
I dropped those in prior to us getting on the Zoom, and the instructor did some of the things that I see when we're doing the Zoom on some of you guys' charts. But what was originally there, as far as in your top left-hand corner, telling you price movement, that's gone, and it didn't come back.
Okay. Yeah, it's an indicator that you got to add on there. Right. You see in the basically the high, lows, open, close, and things of that nature on the top left. Yeah,
the two boxes that are showing you the price fluctuation.
Buy and sell.
Yes.
That usually is, it probably be minimized. Did you try to see if it's minimized? It's like a little arrow on the top left that you can click and it'll open back up. Actually, let me see if I got.
Can you show us?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to show you. I got Hugo's Way open. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I'm tracking.
All right, right here, it's a little arrow. You see it disappear? Let me take off these alerts. Right here.
Boom, I got it.
Boom, see? There you go.
Okay, and also that, what is that? Market watch with the symbols on the left-hand side?
Yes.
Where is that?
You just go to view and you see it, market watch. Boom. And if you hit it, it'll disappear. If you hit it again, it'll reappear. Market watch.
Okay, I'm in business now.
Yeah, and these are the things, you know, if you guys, like I said, I have my set of questions, which is only 9. If you guys have any questions, by all means, engage. You can get your questions answered now. You don't have to wait until your appointment. You know, you get your questions answered now. I know, Angela, did you have your MetaTrader 4 downloaded, or you were trying to get that downloaded?
No, I have Hugo's Way, and I downloaded Metaphor through that.
Okay. Awesome. I know that's something that we had discussed over the text. All right. Any questions so far? I just had a few more questions myself, and I'm kind of trying to figure out where everybody is at. Hopefully everybody has the schedule now, you know, and know what to expect. If you got an appointment set up, have your appointment set up. If it's something that could be answered, you know, in this session, or I can point you in a direction, if you don't have to wait that long, we'll get that handled as well. You know, get back to my questions. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm just trying to figure out where everybody at as we go through. Okay. For our strategy, did we answer that question? Do you know our strategy?
No.
Okay.
I'm watching though. I'm getting it slowly. That zone thing is when I get through. Y'all see something, and I'm staring through my monitor trying to see it. I burn a hole in it.
Okay.
Do you mean the starting off with 1,000 pot and then you're looking for 30 pips a day? Is that what you mean by the strategy?
That's your trading plan, and that's going to be unique to you. That file and spreadsheet is set up to make it user friendly for you to reference.
Okay.
When it comes to placing proper lot sizes, which is understanding how much are you, in a sense, waging, you know, per pip, per price movement, you know, in your trade. Are you waging 10 cents of movement, positive or negatively? Are you waging, you know, $1 per movement or $10 per movement? And the purpose of it is basically, if you had your trading plan out, let me see, I don't think I have mine open, but you had your trading plan out, then you know you could basically say, all right, I want to place a trade, and it's highly important. It's highly important. Actually, I'm gonna show it so we can have a visual. I have access one real quick. Right. Okay. With the trading plan, as you were saying, 1,000, 3%. This is just part of the methodology, you know, or system or flow, you know, that you want to make sure that you get used to doing. After you check the weather, you guys know what checking the weather means. Is that true or false?
True.
Okay.
Yes, true.
Okay, we know what checking weather. So you want to check the weather, see what's going on in the market. You know, is the president speaking? Is it an inauguration? You know, or what have you? You know, is there any major announcements? You know, you want to check that because it can affect a currency pair, a particular chart you're on, where you may feel as though you know the strategy, you know how to mark up your charts and everything to prepare for the strategy, but for some strange reason, you expecting price to go up and it goes down, or down and goes up. And sometimes it could be what's going on in the real world market that's affecting that particular currency for that country. Now, with your trading plan is pretty much, as we call your GPS. It's showing you where you're at and where you like to go. So if you wanted to start off, and I say be realistic, if you wanted to start off, let's say with a $250, budget account for trading purposes, that's your business. That's your money. It doesn't go to me. It doesn't go to any company. That's your money. It does sit in your broker's account, in order for you to trade using your license. Now, but that's your business. You say, okay, I have a budget of $250. I would like to grow it. We say, and what we teach is to grow your account by going in the market to earn 1 to 3% a day, Monday through Thursday, 4 days a week. If you get comfortable with our strategy and getting consistent wins, then you can even trade cryptocurrency, in which you can do that 24/7, even on the weekends. So this becomes not a 24/5 scenario, but a 24/7, scenario. But we say, okay, 250 balance or a 500 balance or 100 balance or 1,000, whatever. 3%, or you say, well, I don't want 3%. I want 2%, or 2.5%. Whatever it is, you can play with those numbers, but you're going to play with those numbers and you're going to look at, okay, I'm up for this 52-week challenge. And in 52 weeks, where we was at 250 at 2.5%, we just scroll down to the bottom of our screen. That's close to $100,000. Now we're not perfect. The numbers are 1 + 1 = 2. 2 × 2 = 4. Numbers are perfect, but we're not perfect. So then you say to yourself, well, what if I'm halfway right? Could an extra 50 grand added to what I'm currently doing be beneficial? Or what if I'm 10% right? Could an extra $10,000 added to my existing condition to be helpful? Well, we would say as you get consistent and get better, even this can grow. Your ability to have even more consistency, instead of being 10% right, you could be 50% right or 90% right. Now, that's part one of the trading plan, identifying what your budget would be. We say stick between no more than 1 to 3% of accumulation, compounding your account. That's a fair, and conservative an amount, to go into the market to go after. And you can do that. That's not, like we always say, it's 3 things we can't teach you. Anybody know the 3 things we can't teach you?
When to hit that button, not to be greedy, because I've been there.
Okay.
And I can't think of the third one.
Okay, so 1, you said to hit that button, that means we cannot teach you not to be fearful. When to hit that button, you got to be willing to push buy or push sell. And also when it comes to not being fearful, you got to be willing to hang in there. When you use, can you mute yourself? When you use our strategy, we teach you how to set your stop loss and your take profit at a certain amount of pips away from your entry point. So you may not make your pips on your first hour or 5 minutes or what have you, depending on what hour of the chart or time frame of the chart you're trading on. But if your stop loss and your take profit is of a certain range, well, right here, as you can see, you're likely to be able to stay in the trade to hopefully reach your take profit, whether it be that hour or that 5 minutes or whatever time frame that you're trading on. But what people will do who are novice and are fearful, which we teach you, and not patient, which is the other item, is that they would go ahead and they would hit that buy button because they expect price to go up. But let me zoom in. Let me give you an example. Let's find something. Okay. Let's say, all right, this is fine. Let's say right here. Let's say right here. Let's say we couldn't see any of this. Let me draw me a yellow line. Put it right here. All right, so say this is the candle that we enter on. And as we are taught, price, when it's blue or green, I think guys like the blue candles and females like the green candles, but we might be colorblind. Now, the blue candle or the green candle, which is when price is increasing, price opens at the bottom. I'm gonna show you on this candle. Price opens at the bottom, it goes up. And that little wick, or even this wick right here, that means price went up to that level. And by the time of the end of that time frame, whether it's an hour, 5 minutes, or a day, price then closed right there. So it entered, price started here, went up, and then it retraced a little and closed. So the same thing right here. You just can't see it because I got this yellow line. All I'm trying to say is, past this yellow line, we couldn't see any of this. So a person would come in, they say, oh, that's blue, this is about to be blue, I'm gonna go ahead and enter. And maybe they used our strategy to know to come in the market at this point in time, and they was gonna place a buy. So they placed the buy order. They have their stop loss, let's say down here, they have their take profit, say up here, where this zone is at. Let's just say from zone to zone, just keep it simple.
I got a question right there.
Go for it.
Does your take profit knock you out of the trade?
Your take profit takes you out of the trade with profit. That's the price point that you were trying to reach to get whatever number of pips you were trying to acquire. So
okay.
you have 3, if not 4. The 4th one is just a little fancy. 3 things that you got to take in consideration that you're going to always be using when you enter into market. When you press that buy or that sell button, first thing that's going to happen is you're going to have an entry point. That's going to be one of these numbers over here that when you push buy, that's where price is at that time. That's your entry number. Okay, that's something you don't really have control over other than when you hit that buy or sell, that's what it's going to be. Now, the next number is going to be your stop loss. The very first thing you do, and sometimes if you don't have auto trading on, right now I don't have auto trading selected, so if I hit buy, oh, I do have auto trade. I'm supposed to have been a green one, sorry. So I'm now enter into this trade. Okay, but I want to get out. But so actually I'm gonna go ahead. My lot size is only 10 cents. I'm gonna go ahead and let me, I don't know what this, just for example, I'm gonna go ahead and incur a 10 cent per pip, price gain or loss, just for demonstration purposes to show you guys in real time. Okay, I'm gonna hit buy. Now this,
we get that money.
this right here is happening. I'm not at the end of the chart, so I don't know what's happening down there. I'm not at the current time of day. I'm back at January 12th looking at the charts. Okay, so right here I hit buy. So this is entry. This is my entry point, which was 1.26215. That's where I enter in price at. Okay, so now that's the first number. The second number will be that I should do is do my stop loss. Now my stop loss, if you look on the left-hand side, you'll see numbers, going down like negative, whatever USD, negative PIPS. That's the pippage and the dollar amount, related to that pippage, percentage and price, which is if I'm on an ADR of 91, how many pips should I be trying to get? Anybody could tell me? If we had an ADR 91, how many pips should I be trying to get?
15 to 20.
15 to 20. When the ADR is less than 100, we should be getting 15 to 20 pips. So that number right there where it says pips, it says 210. You take off the last number, and that's how many pips. So, and I'll teach you guys, in order to calculate pips, you're looking at points. You divide it by 10, or you just take off the last number, and that'll give you your pips. When you're trying to convert pips to points, you multiply your pips times 10, you get your points. So that we'll also do another demonstration where I'm going to take off the auto trading so you can see how to calculate it as well. All right, but this will be 20 pips. Even though it says 200 to 3, it says 20 pips. So that's my stop loss. Now, my take profit, I'll move up, say, to 20 pips as well, just initially. All right, so as you can see over here, it says TP. It lets you know that this is my take profit line. This is my stop loss line. This is my entry line. Now I'm going to go over to my trading plan because that's my GPS, which I should have went to before I even entered into trade. But as it's telling me right here, if I wanted to only place one trade to get the amount of monies that would be equivalent to 2.5% of my balance, which would be equal to $6.25 in dollar value, I should have a lot size of 0.06. Now, in this example that I showed you guys, my lot size that I place this order is at 0.01. Because this is, I'm just doing training and just doing a test, but we're in a live market right now. And look, I'm up.
Yeah.
Boy,
yeah,
that boy is good. So my lot size is only 0.01. Okay, but for a proper trade in this example, if this was my trading plan, okay, and I had a $250 balance and I wanted to grow it at 2.5% a day, I would have a lot, and I only wanted to take one trade that once I had set up my charts with my strategy and I'm ready to enter the market at the proper time, I would have a lot size of 0.06. And I will only be looking to go 10 pips because 0.06 is, you move the decimal point one time to the right to get the dollar value. Like all these things we're going to learn in training specifically. So I'm just trying to go through this because this really is meant for us getting set up in orientation, but we're going to get a little bit of training as well if you guys don't mind. You know, so this is 60 cents per pip. All you do is move that decimal point to the right. This number represents lot size, but if we go over here and see, okay, you say 0.06 over here, and to show you the dollar value, which is 0.60. Maybe I could, let me see. I was trying to, where's the plus sign? Well, hopefully you guys can see it. 0.6, that's 60 cents per pip. So 60 cents times 10 movements, 60 times 10 will be $6. And I will get my $6 out of the market if I place the proper trade, you know, going in the right direction for just 10 pips at this lot size. But in actuality, what I did in this example is I said, okay, I pressed the buy button and I set my pips, my take profit at 20 pips. I don't need for it to be at 20 pips if I had the proper lot size, but my stop loss is at 20 pips as well. But if I'm going to go 20 pips, I can still do one trade for 20 pips, but my lot size should drop down to 0.03. Okay, 0.03 should be my lot size, but I want to go to 20 pips. Or it could be 0.03, and I could do two trades at 10 pips, 10 movements each. So I could do one trade for 20 movements in the right direction at this lot size, or I could do 2 trades for 10 movements. You can see the math. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 10 movements is still as 1 20 movement at this lot size. And if we want to go 3 trades for 10 pips, we'll drop our lot size down to that. Or 1 trade for 30 pips, our lot size will still be 0.02. So that's just one part of our trading plan. That's how to read it. You know, I didn't mean to really dive into that, but I get excited once you guys got some trigger words. That's, you know, you said trading plan. I like to go into the trading plan and start discussing it. But as far as our strategy and understanding our strategy, that's reading the trading plan, checking the weather, and going to your trading plan is step 1 and 2. But that's our overall methodology.
Why is the 40 in red?
Why is the 40 in red?
Yeah.
That's just what the person who created our trading plan decided to do. I guess that's the maximum. Okay. The maximum. I guess they could say, hey, don't try to go beyond 40. You know, but that's just a color that they chose that really stand out.
Okay.
Okay. So there's nothing really significant about the color.
Gary, just a quick question.
Yes.
In there it says 0.01, and you're saying that you could have increased that to 0.02 according to the trading plan. How would you have done that? How would you have to have increased your lot size? How would you have got that to 0.02?
Okay, are you able to see my screen right now?
Yeah, I am, yes.
Okay, do you see me hitting this button and the numbers going up?
Yes, I did, yes. Does that mean you're putting more money in on the trade?
Not on this particular trade that I'm in, but you want to set your lot size, how much you want to enter the market in before you hit the buy or sell. Now, I hit it because it was at 0.01, and that's what I wanted to enter it in.
Yeah, just to show us, yes.
Just to show you. I didn't want to risk, because 0.01, if you move the decimal point over to the right one time, 0.01 is 10 cents.
Yeah.
Now, once you get good, this is where it gets exciting. Right now, this is just testing purposes. I'm going to take off my auto trading as well, so we can look at that. But where you actually have to manually put it in, the auto trading, which is one-click trading, that's what that really is, one-click trading, is allow for you to just hit the buy and it automatically shows up on your screen, and you just drag your take profit and stop loss to 20 pips, 30 pips, 15 pips, whatever. But without the one-click trading, or it says enable automated trading, and if I take it off, you know, one should allow it to work, one should allow it not to work, and I always get it mixed up sometimes. So I leave it as it's supposed to be. But I'll show that in a second. But you want to set your lot size before you hit buy or sell.
Okay.
That's the main thing I want to say. And you want to set your lot size based on your trading plan.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, if you have the one-click trading, of course, you can drag your stop loss and take profit. And if you don't have a one-click trading, a pop-up screen going to show up, and you're going to have to manually enter in your stop loss first and your take profit before you can go ahead and enter submit trade, and then this will show up, and your red above and below your green line will automatically be placed because you already set it before you hit the buy or the sell. Let me see if this is it. So it's when it's green. So let's say, boom, I got to disable it. It's working no matter what. It's working no matter what. So some of you guys, you'll see it because it's working no matter what on me.
I see you're in like 4 trades now.
I know. And I'm in a demo account anyway, so it's not real money right now. Okay. I was going to take my one-click trading off so you guys can see it.
Uncheck it, I guess.
Yeah, I did it when it's unchecked.
Just hover over it and see what it says.
Yeah, enable automated trading. Control
So it's
E.
off. It's off.
You would think so, but watch. See? See, I'm in several trades. Don't get discouraged by the -9. That's just saying, okay, one trade. When you add it all together, it gives you that number. And that's another thing. My point as I was going into with this yellow line is we got to practice not to be fearful, which you can't be afraid to hit that button. And you also have to be willing to trust the process. If you enter in the market using our strategies at the appropriate time, and you set your stop loss and your take profit if you're in a buy, or your stop loss and your take profit if you're in a sell, then you have to trust the process that, okay, you enter in the market right here on a buy and you're expecting price to go up. Now, say your take profit was up here, right? And your stop loss is down here where this gray line is at. And price started to go up. Price starts down here at the bottom. Price started to go up. Boom, 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 boom. And you sitting there watching it because you're beginning and you're like, oh my goodness. Oh, I see the blue. Okay, I'm making money. Okay, it means something positive, I guess. And then, that's the end of the hour. It closed. So you haven't reached your take profit. Actually, I like to do it this way as well. So say that's your take profit. And for your, I'm gonna leave that yellow. And let's say this is your stop loss. And I'm going to be clicking on some buttons. We'll learn how to do this in training. Okay, so let's say this red line is my stop loss. This yellow line is my take profit. That's my moving average. And let's say that, why does it keep giving me my moving average? I want this one. Okay, here we go. Okay, and let's say that this is my entry. All right, so the green is my entry, the red is my stop loss, and the yellow is my take profit. Okay, so we enter here on the green, and price, went up to this top of this blue and it closed right here. Price closed right here at that hour. Then the next hour, it started right here, and it's red, and it started going down. So you see the numbers over here getting larger and larger, going back to zero from where you enter. And then it starts to go in a negative. Boom, 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 boom. And you're panicking, you having a heart attack, and if you can see this little wick right here, let me see if I can make this any bigger. Okay. If you can see this wick on this red candle, I'm just gonna move this up. If you see the wick on this red candle, price went all the way down there on this candle. We started on this candle and you trying to get up to this yellow line, but it didn't reach there in that hour. We're on an hour chart. And then price only stopped right here. So then the next hour, price opened and it dropped. By the time it was right here at the same level at the point that you enter in initially, this says zero. Now it's starting to say negative. So it's going down, 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 down. And this is now you're at negative. And it's going, and you like, I'm losing money. So what you go and do, you say, I want to exit this trade. And down on the far right in your terminal that you'll see once you're in that trade, you can actually hit the X button and then take you out of trade. And what did you just do? You just donated money to the foreign exchange market because you were fearful. You were not patient. It never hit your stop loss. The green line never hit your stop loss. And had you stayed in there and trust the process, the next hour, before the hour closed, the price would have rose back right here. You still would have been in a negative. And then right here, is where price would have started. It would have retraced a little because that wick is there and came back. It would have went down a little and then retrace, and then price would have went up right there in this hour, and it would have went up, boom, and it would have hit your take profit, and you would have made your 20 pips or your 10 pips, and it would have took you out of the market, and then it would have retraced back down here, and it would have closed. And then the next hour, it would have went here, went down in red, came back up, went above the open and turned blue or green, and then it would have went up here, and it would have hit your take profit again. You know, but you would have made your monies if you didn't get out because it was all the way down here. You would have made your monies. So,
Gary, can I just ask a quick question? Do you always leave that line, that red stop line? Does it always stay there, or do you move it with the price going up?
Now that's the part 4, the fancy
part. Sorry.
Well, I said you got your entry, you have your take profit, and you got your stop loss. Those are the main 3 things that you should, take notice to. I said it was a 4th item is when you get kind of fancy. Now, when you get kind of fancy, now you didn't use this terminology, but when you mentioned, could you move your stop loss up? That you can do manually. If you're in profit, you can move your stop loss up because you say, okay, I'm in profit. You started right here and price is say right here now. It hasn't reached your take profit yet. It say it's right here. And you say, well, you started down here and price is up here. Can I secure the bag? Can I secure the profit that was made from here to here? And if price goes up, great. Can I move this stop loss up some more? Yes, you can. You can change your stop loss. You can change your stop loss in the middle of a trade. You can change your take profit in the middle of a trade. You can move those around. But what we teach you is once you're in profit and once you feel comfortable, I wouldn't say you have to worry about this initially when you're trying to get used to this. Get used to the basics. I'd say it's like karate. You're going to become a kung fu master, but we start off with Mr. Miyagi, and Daniel's son, and we waxing on and we waxing off. We waxing on and waxing off. We're going through the motions so that we could get hands-on experience of doing this manually to internalize it. I started off with the manual entering the stop loss and the take profit, in the trades. And then I got fancy with the one-click trading, because that requires for you to be faster. But with your take profit, your stop loss, you can then do what we call a trailing stop. Once you're in profit, wherever you enter at, and now you're in profit, you can right click on that entry line, like down here. I can right click on this entry line because this is live, and I could click trailing stop, and I can set myself a trailing stop. And what that would do is if I said, okay, I want a 5 pip trailing stop, meaning that I want to be able to move my stop loss up to my entry within 5 pips. So if price ever retraces back 5 pips, you could take me out. But I secured all the profit prior to. But if price continue to move up, I want my stop loss to move up with price, and it just lag behind it 5 pips or lag behind it 10 pips, because price can continue to go up. And hey, I probably secured the bag on my 10 pips, but what if I can secure the bag for 15 pips, for 18 pips? I can do that by having my stop loss follow my entry by 5 pips or 10 pips. And that's called a trailing stop. So that's when you get a little bit fancier, and you also can delete your take profit eventually. you know, and just let price go where it wants to go. I like to keep my take profit because I would like to secure the bag, you know, because you're guaranteed to lose, at least, even though you're in profit, you're guaranteed to lose whatever you know, price that you have behind your entry. If it's 5 or 10, you're guaranteed that if it doesn't hit a take profit, that wherever it was at, whatever amount of lag that you had behind, you'll be taken out of the market. Even though price can go up here and this can increase more, you're guaranteed to lose that 5 or 10 whenever your entry eventually retraces back and hit your trailing stop. But if you had a take profit up here and price continue to climb and your stop loss continue to climb and lag, you can hit your take profit and be taken out of the trade, and you don't have to lose that difference. So it depends on, you know, the person, on what you do, whether you want to keep your take profit there, or if you want to remove it and just have a trailing stop behind it. But understanding the functionality and what everything means and how to manually move things around, you'll get well versed and it'll become intuitive on what you should do. You know, whether keep it there, remove it, have a trailing stop, not have a trailing stop, and so on and so forth. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So so that's your trailing stop. That's not being fearful, staying in the trade, you know, as it moves on. And let me see where we at. What is price doing in real time while we're in a demo? And I see mine huge. You know, it's only equivalent to about $2. Okay, what's happening? Okay, well, here we go. All right, we put in the buy, and right now, price is below our entry point right here. These green markers are where we entered the market at. And right here, you see is our stop loss. And initially price, let me see, what time frame are we on? I'm just checking this real quick, guys, just for, we're on an hour chart. Okay. And, okay. So now price is here. So right now, me knowing what I know, let's see. See something real quick. That's a zone right there. See, things that we'll teach you to look for. You see that gray zone. If we was using our strategy, we know we would want our zone to be down here. Boom, then we'll move it. So we would have been in, and that would be up there. Yeah, I would have considered this in a no trade zone. You know, and I wouldn't enter into this trade. I would consider this a no trade zone. And we see we have a lot of consolidation prices and really moving that much. And also with our MACD, you know, it's going in an upward trend, which would be a buy situation, but we are in a sell trend, you know. So we're in a buy situation and we're in a sell trend. So you would not enter in the market under these conditions, you know. And if I want a price to rise, I got to break through this zone right here. And as it goes up, you'll see this get lower because we enter buys, you know. So if it was to break through the zone, which is slim, it could do it, then this would go back to zero and go into positive. So that's what's happening right here. And again, we know we were just doing this for training purposes, testing purposes only. And this is a demo account. You know, you get your consistent reps, you get your training, you get your lessons. You'll learn a lot in your demo account. Why did this happen? You know, what didn't check? you know, what is happening. But all those things that we teach will start to come to fruition or understanding by you continuously practicing in your demo account. You know, so there's no need for me to be fearful. I know this is monopoly money, fake money, you know, but I do abide by the trading plan, you know, and all the other things we're taught, you know, even if you're in a demo account, just to, you know, test it out and get your reps up, as we like to say. All right, so price is going up, we're going back, you know, is retracing. And if I wanted to show you guys right here, let me see. I did all these buys. So right here, if I wanted to do a trailing stop, there's another way I could do a trailing stop. I could right click on the symbol and then I hit trailing stop. Far as points, you want to convert points to pips, you divide by 10 or you just take the last number off. So 50 points is 5 pips. If I wanted to do a trailing stop of 5 pips, I would choose this one, 50 points. If I want to do a trailing stop of 2.5 pips, I would do this one, or 30 pips. I would take the 0 off, and 3 pips. I would take the 0 off and choose this item. If I wanted to do 10 pip trailing stop, I would do custom and I would make it 100 points. Points converted to pips is you divide the number by 10 or you just take the last number off, and that would be the number of pips. Okay, so I'm not going to do a trailing stop, but we already had a trailing stop, and it looks like we back in profit mode. So if we wanted to cancel out and get out of the trade, we would just hit the X, and I exited in profit. So
yes.
This could go up higher, but I exited in profit.
Well done.
Y'all heart probably was beating like he's losing money. But no, we're at the demo account. And patience. That was, I didn't plan that, but that was a great scenario where you practice patience and take what the market would give you. You know, take what the market would give you. You know, and what I mean by that is, if you could take a profit, take a profit. But yes, you would like to hit your take profit. You would like to trust the process, and you would like to do a hit your take profit. Eventually, you'll talk about take profit 1, 2, and 3, different, you know, levels of take profit. You'll get familiar with that as well. So a profit is a profit. What you're trying to do is you're trying to basically follow your trading plan. You would like to get from $250, growing at 2.5% a day will give you your $93,000 in 52 or so weeks. That's what you're trying to do. So if you are able to go into the market and get $6.25 by having a lot size of 0.06 moving to 10 pips, you're done for the day if you get that, you know? Or if you, like you said, this could be 500, this could be 1,000. But where it get exciting, guys, it get exciting as you go down and you're at 0.10, that's $1 per pip, you know, but it's the same percentage. It's the same 2.5% of this previous number. You're still moving 10 pips. You're still moving 10 pips. One trade, 10 pips. Your lot size is just changed because you're getting 3% or 2.5% of this number, and your lot size increases. Now you're moving at, let's say, $3 per pip. So 10 pips, you're now getting close to $30, which will be 3% of this number, you know? And as the numbers go up, you're now at $34 a pip. But by then, you're not afraid. It's the same scenario. You're just moving 10 pips. This is your lot size. The dollar value is $34 a pip. But that's your same 2.5% of $13,000. You're trying to get 2.5% out of the market of your $13,000. 10 pips Just 10 pips at this lot size will give you that. Now you're at $100 a pip. Each movement is $100. You're just trying to get $300 or so, close to $400, which would be your 2.5% of your $44,000. And this is in proper perspective. You might look at the price per pip as a large number, like, oh, when it's going negative, that's $120 per pip. But you're going after 10 pips, which would be, 120, 1,000 or so, either which way. Now, that pales in comparison for that day to your $48,000 that you've accumulated using the same exact strategy, the same amount of movement, just a lot size that's equivalent to 2.5% to compound your account to your $93,000. Here, you're at $220 a pip. So on 10 pips, you're now at $2,000 or two something $1,000, to get your 2.5% of that number to eventually equivalent to your 93,000. So the numbers will increase, your lot size will increase, but your percentage stays the same. Your percentage is still 2.5% of that previous balance. Your lot size just changes. And it's still just 10 pips of movement. That's what makes it amazing. We're talking going from, what we at ADR to 91. If you place the buy on this blue candle, you're going from the bottom of this candle on your entry to those three numbers that's in the middle, says 103. From there to 103 is all you have to move 10 pips at the proper lot size to get in the market and get out the market. Now you're going to have dozens of candles in a day, 24 in an hour, in a day on an hour chart. Out of those 24 candles, proper entry, getting 10 pips. That's all you need at the proper lot size each day. All right.
Question.
Go for it.
When y'all get on to London at 3,
yes,
are y'all live trading and setting up together? What's going on?
We're live trading on the London at 3. Now, what I will be doing, guys, is I will be sending out a notice if you guys want to hop on with me as a part of training. But I like to set up my charts at 5 p.m. Eastern, as far as our strategy. 5 p.m. Eastern, and you guys, we won't be on for hours. We'll be on maybe at the most a half an hour if you got some questions to answer. We're going to set up the charts for a couple of charts to set up our charts using our strategy. Therefore, at 5 p.m. Eastern, all the way to 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Eastern the next day, because the chart moved from period to period, and that's the whole entire day. We set up our strategy to go from this period to that period. And we do that so that any time of that day from 5 p.m. all the way to the next day, price, if it, goes the way based on our strategy, we can enter in that time to take that sell or take that buy. But at 5 p.m. Eastern is when I like to set up my charts, and I'm gonna send out a notice. Anybody want to hop on and get their charts set up for the strategy? We can do that. That way you can get some hands-on training and experience at the right time or the earliest time that you can do so, because that's when the market resets itself. That's what the period separators stand for, when the market resets itself and, the new session start, so on and so forth. So I'll send out a notice whenever I'm setting out my charts. You can hop on and look and watch and practice, you know, as I'm setting up my charts. But I want to make it a real life, real world situation. So you're like, okay, that's a part of the schedule. You know, 5 p.m. you should be setting up your charts. So come 7 p.m. when it's the opportunity call, you don't have to do that. You probably be in a trade by then. 8 p.m. Go ahead.
Can we do this? Can we set up our charts in let's say I want to set up a separate account different than the one I'm trading with Global FX on, say maybe 50 to 100 bucks. I want to set up an account and live trade with you at 7.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can do that. You can have a demo account and you can have a live account.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. I have a demo account and I have a live account. And in London, they're live trading. They're not setting up their charts. Your charts is already set up. By the time we come to London session in the morning, no one is, you know, setting up strategies or anything like that. They're just giving you trade ideas, call levels. That's all we're doing. And if we see something happening that we can get in on at that time when we're in the session, we go ahead and say, oh, we going in, buy, or we're going in and sell. But if nothing's setting up during that time, then we just say, okay, this is on a watch list, you know, to break out and close, or, you know, whatever we're looking for. So we either put one of the charts on a watch list, you know, depending on the strategy, we'll put on a watch list, or we'll, you know, actually put in a trade. So we're just setting up a time frame during a real life session, which is the London session, where it's ideal to come to the market and to start trading, because that's where you'll have the most volume. Now, whether a trade is applicable at that time or not, we don't know. It's live. Every day is different. Sometimes we can put in a trade at that time, sometimes we can't. But this is a little bit extra. I'm just going to say it. And this is separate from Forex, but we still use our same strategies. It still applies. In a hyper frequency portion of our program, if we're going over Forex and we're setting up our charts, and let's say we see this happening, you know, but it hasn't came to the point where we're ready to, you know, actually hit the buy or the sell button, I may be in my high frequency account, you know, doing some 5-minute buys and making some 5-minute, you know, returns, you know, as we're waiting for this. I'll set up my charts on a high frequency. I can trade in a shorter increment, say 5-minute increments, and can see, you know, what's happened, looking at on an hour time frame, what's looking at on the 5-minute time frame, and may want to go in there and I don't know if we want to call it scout, but, you know, play some trades, 5-minute trades, you know, and make some money there. So you'll get well versed in that the more and more you show up and interact with the group, ask questions, practice, and so on and so forth. But yes, you can have a live account when we come to the London session. You can have your live account and you can trade. That's what we want you to do. We want you to eventually be in your live account trading. You know, we just want to have you, you know, implement proper risk management. We want to be able to give you as much as we can before you enter into the live market, because we have no control over you pushing that buy or sell button when you do it.
Right.
And we have no control when you get out of the market and if you don't practice patience and so on and so forth. All right. Okay. So my last few questions was, have you downloaded Trading in the Zone? And I'm sure most of you will say no, because I know I haven't sent it out to you.
No.
Okay. And have you downloaded the Trading Plan in Real Life document that we were just viewing? The
Yes.
trading. Okay. Anybody don't have it?
I think I have a trading in the zone that I got off of the Telegram. It was a bunch of files on there.
Yes. Yes.
I pulled most of all of them off.
Yeah, so that's where you would go. You would go into our group to download your trading in the zone and your trading plan in real life. And that's the benefits of membership. Membership has its privileges. So by being a member, you know, with our group, then you'll get access to these, you know, files and these tools to make life easier for you. So if you don't have trading in the zone, I will send it out. If you can't access it, it may or may not be in our group.
Yeah, it's not in our group. When I
okay.
looked for it today, it wasn't there. So I would appreciate you sending it. That would be great. Thank you.
Right. That's what I looked in it as well, and I didn't recall seeing it. So I said they probably removed it. So or they need to add it back. But I have it and I'll send it to you for sure, Angela.
Thanks.
And do you have the trading plan in real life?
I do, yes, thank you. Yes, that was there in the group.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So with that being said, those are my questions. Those are my 9 questions to gauge where everybody is at. We will definitely dive in intimately in on Sundays with strategies, and for any newcomers with our functionality and terminology, I'll always be throwing out terms so you guys can hear it over and over again and get comfortable. But do you have any questions for me? Anything you would like for me to demonstrate? Anything you are in need of receipt of? You know, any questions that you have for me? I want to come together as often as possible. Sometimes it might be in the morning time, sometimes it might be in the evening time. You know, it may be different times outside of even our schedule to try to come on as often as possible, because I want to make myself available to help you, you know, get this information. I feel successful when we have people say, Gary, I got it. You know, Gary, I was able to go into the market and place a trade that gave me positive results. That's when I feel as though these sessions are of value and have been successful. You know, until then, we'll keep shooting for that. Does anybody have any questions, anything particular that you attended the meeting for that you would hope to get answers or get help with? We can do that. I got my questions answered. I know what you guys need. And I'm gonna take that in stride, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday, you know, with any guests you may have or just yourself. Either is fine.
Gary, I have some questions, but would like, you know, to see if anybody else has any first before I speak again.
Anybody with any questions? You can unmute yourself.
No, I just have I downloaded the chart patterns cheat sheet and a price action cheat sheet, but I don't see the trading in the zones.
Trading in the zone?
Things. Yeah.
Okay, so you need a trading in the zone too. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so 2 people need trading in the zone, Angela and Steve. All right, Angela, I think you have the floor.
Okay, just going through the group, just some things that jumped out at me. So I'm just going to just say what they were, and then you can pick up as you feel. So secret source, I think it's something that somebody, you know, there's just references to secret source. I know it became a group name, but I think there was something prior to that. So I just wanted to ask about that. Then also, this may all be stage 4. So, you know, I apologize if it's all stage 4 stuff, but bank levels, and I saw there was an EX4 file, accountability partner, and then also in terms of paying, upgrading, I saw reference to e-wallet, and just wanted to understand, so are we able to pay with Bitcoin, or if you could just explain about the e-wallet. And then, yeah, I just had the pocket option, but you've already covered that. So yeah, it was just those above.
All right, those are great questions. Those are great questions. Okay, so I'll go through those. With the secret sauce, as we refer to, the secret sauce really is our added bonuses that make your life easier when it comes to using our strategies. So we may go over some basic strategies when we first start off, but every now and then our master traders will surprise us and let us know that if we just added another indicator that we wasn't, informed about to our charts, something special would happen. And you're like, oh my goodness. For example, secret sauce. We have a certain moving average crossover that we look at, such as the 10 and 50, where we know when the 10 is crossing the 50 moving average going in one direction, it's an opportunity to place a buy or a sell. But there's some other, things you need to look for before you actually place that buy or sell. So we were taught that, and you'll become very comfortable and familiar with that scenario as one of the strategies. But then, after being taught and trained on that scenario over and over again and mastering it, then they came to us and say, hey, we're familiar with the 10 moving average, but we look at the 2 moving average crossing the 50. And we place that on a 30-minute time frame. The whole time that we've been learning and training, we were always on the hour time frame. And we knew about the 10 moving average crossing the 50 moving average. But then they introduced the 2 moving average on a 30-minute time frame, which let us know that you can probably get into the buy or the sell option earlier than the hour time frame and earlier than the 10 crossing the 50. So our mind was blown, like, what? Like, to be taught an hour, to now be taught that you could get in on a half an hour. And as you get more versed and comfortable, you could get in on a 5-minute, where you can actually place these trades and gain profit or lessons, much faster. And I appreciate the fact that they did and that they do teach us on an hour, because it's enough time for us to watch things, go through the motions, and we're not in a rush. We can actually see things pan out. But things move faster on a half an hour and on a 5-minute. But you shouldn't move down to those time frames until you're fluent and you're comfortable with, moving the mouse around, clicking certain buttons, dragging and dropping, stop losses, take profits, getting out of the market or whatever, placing the proper lot sizes. Once you know all of that and you're fluent in it, then you could drop down to a lower time frame, which means things will move and happen faster for you. So when they say secret sauce, it's additional indicators on a faster time frame in some cases, or give you some extra things that you could look at that can potentially give you, faster returns, if not even greater returns. So when we say secret sauce, you would have had to be on that presentation, that Zoom, and seeing what they're referring to when they say secret sauce. But the secret sauce, then they got the GFXTC sauce, and they come out with other sauces. Those are just phrases and terminology that we're throwing out there for fun. But if you mark that scenario as a template, if you save that as a template, you can name it, okay, Global FX Trade Club secret sauce. And that's what that's referring to on that particular template. When the 10 crosses the 50 and when the 2 crosses the 50, you're looking at both of them, and you're able to get in earlier or be alerted earlier on a 2 that the 10 may be following suit. And once the 10 follows suits and cross the 50, then that's like confirmation that, the trend could be changing. So that's secret sauce. Bank levels is an indicator. Let me show you on the screen. That you can go here. Well, I have bank levels installed, and that's the EX4 file that's in the group. So we go to insert indicators, and under custom, I have named mine major bank levels. Now, if you look at this chart right here, you'll see how it changes. And it has these lines on it, these dotted lines. These are bank levels, which is what the banks, the amounts that the banks, have price set to sell. These are major areas of support and resistance where you can expect price to, top off at or be supported by. These are major levels of price where this is where institutions trade at. And you may not know of this, but you need to be mindful of this, because on a dime Forex, which is these gray zone, these are areas of support and resistance as well, where price has been. But where the bank levels are other areas of support and resistance that price respects as well. So we're taught to be retail traders with the institutional mindset, So we got to be mindful what the institutions are doing. So that's bank levels. That's the EX4 file that you'll see inside the group Telegram that you can download, and you'll add that to the proper indicator folder so that you can be able to add that indicator on your charts if you would like to have the bank levels on your charts. And that's what a lot of these indicators that we have, we got the auto fib, the dime Forex, the bank levels. These are all indicators that you can add or subtract from your chart. Sometimes I would say that it could be too much on your chart. Like on some charts, you'll see me with my MA crossover arrows, on there that tells me, okay, price is going up, price going down, and it sends me an alert. It could be too much. Real simple. The simplest it can get, as I shared in our classes with the 10 crossing the 50 right here. That's the simplest it get. That's let us know that price is going on an uptrend. You might want to consider a buy. Right here, price is going into a downtrend. You may want to consider sell. But the trend is changing, and now we're looking for sells when price is under the 50 moving average. We're looking for buys when price is above the 50 moving average. We're also looking at our MACDs, and proper entry points with that. Okay, so that's bank levels. This is bank levels. And you ask, well, the EX4 file, that is tied into with the bank level. Those are files that you want to download and put in the proper folders as indicators that you can add onto your charts. Now, you said, what's the next one? I can't read my writing. I was writing so fast. It's something start with an A.
Accountability partner.
Accountability partner. Okay, accountability partner is someone that you would like to have you be held accountable, and you will hold them accountable for whatever you guys agree upon. Whether it's, hey, we're going to be on these, training sessions. I'm going to wake you up at, 3 a.m. in the morning Eastern. We're going to be on these calls. We're going to get together. We're going to mark up our charts together. We're going to go through these videos in our back office until we get to the intermediate level. It's your accountability partner, and your accountability partner is someone who volunteers to be accountability partner with you. It could be someone in your household that wants to learn Forex with you. It could be someone in our group. You could just put a post out there, and people have done it, and says, hey, I'm new. I need accountability partner. And someone else will reach out and say, hey, I am too. I'll be your accountability partner. And y'all just come together. It doesn't matter if you're in the same city, state, same household or not, and you guys will, exchange information and move accordingly. So that's what your accountability partner, someone who's going to hold you accountable for what you said you would like to achieve, and you're going to hold them accountable for what they said they would like to achieve. They would like to get up every morning and trade. They would like to set up their charts at a certain time. They would like to read literature or watch videos. You guys going to hold each other accountable to do that. That's what accountability partner is. Okay. Now, paying to upgrade. That's in our back office. As of last evening, I would like to say 8 p.m. Eastern, the company has officially launched in the back office. And if you come to the dashboard, you'll see this upgrade now button. This wasn't here. None of this was here. You can hit the upgrade now button, and I already selected my option, but it'd be 3 options here. And you see this little radio button, you'll select the radio button for the Forex package. You want to select that one, which is $125. You'll select that one and you'll upgrade so you can get access to your Forex training. You know, that you won't have access to your Forex training until you upgrade, you know, and purchase your package. So that's what we're referring to when we say upgrade or paying to upgrade. Those who came aboard initially locked in a spot, you know, with the company, letting us know that, you know, you would like to get a first movers advantage. You know, if you're familiar with the compensation plan, we have a referral program. I don't call it a recruiting program because we're students. We're actually educating people ongoing basis for those who would like to come and learn how to trade. But you do have the option, if you find value out of what, you know, we're sharing, you know, you have the option of sharing, you know, this with other people. And if so, those people choose to come aboard as students as well, the company will pay you for referring them to us, you know, and they will have the same option as well. So those who locked in, you know, for the $25 promotion prior to launching, you know, they got a first movers advantage spot, and they're able to now just pay $125 to get started. And if you want to say, okay, well, Gary, I don't want to refer anybody from this point forward, you know, you can then the next month, you could just pay $99 a month. If everybody across the board pays $125, you know, who already got started prior to, you know, today, but those who are getting started now, then they actually will pay $150. So the total cost is $150. You paid $25 already, and now you'll pay $125 to upgrade and now really get access to our literature and be a member. We're going to start cleaning up our back office because those who are not members of the academy will be, you know, taken out of the system. But those who, you know, because the total price for the whole for the course up front is the $150, then it's $99 a month if you want to be a student. But you got first movers advantage with $25, and now that we're launching, that was pre-launch of the company. Now that we're officially launched, you got to pay the difference. Those who didn't do the 25 and they're just getting started now, moving forward, they'll have to pay the $150 if they would like to refer and be a student as well. If they would like to just be a student, then it would be $125 for them and then $99 a month thereafter. Okay. So paying to upgrade, everybody whose members locked in needs to pay to upgrade to get access to our training courses and to continue along with us with our groups and our sessions. The e-wallet. The e-wallet is where you would receive your commissions. Okay. And this is where all the payments. Now, once they actually have this officially up and working, and was it February the 1st is where the first commissions come out. So this will be populated. And the commissions is basically if you have referred anybody, you know, or got anybody, you sponsored anybody, you'll receive a commission And the commission is weekly residually. You know, it could be $25 a week if you have referred 3 people. If you referred 1 person, you will receive a one-time commission. So you will receive a direct commission, or you'll receive a weekly referral bonus based on how many people that you may have referred, you know, in time. But this is not something that I, you know, and then for most part, our trading group pushes on you. You know, we just hope that you find value, and our purpose is to find value in what we're sharing and teaching, you know. And if you like it and enjoy it, then we would imagine that you would, you know, naturally tell other people about it. Whether they come aboard or not, that's their decision. But just like if you've seen a nice movie or you went to a nice restaurant, you would tell other people about it, like, hey, me and my honey, or me and the kids, we just went so-and-so, it was awesome. You know, you might want to consider going there one day. As simple as that, you know. So you have the opportunity to refer people to receive commissions, which can be added to either your trading account to help you not have to come out your own pocket to fund your trading account. And also, if you had 3 people or more that you referred, it can make your education free. This is a learn as you earn and go at your own pace scenario. So therefore, if you could get your education free, that would be, you know, in my opinion, a good thing. So getting 3 and free allows for your education to be free as well. Or you could use the money to put in your trading account, or whatever you want to do with it. Okay. So I think I covered, that's what your e-wallet. Your e-wallet is where your commissions and things will go. So I think I covered your secret sauce, your bank level, EX4 files, accountability partner, and upgrading in your e-wallet. Any other questions? Anything else?
Not
Or anybody? Okay. All right. So if that's all, you know, I do want to thank you guys for your time. Again, this every day, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. is opportunity call, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Friday, chart setup in the evening. Saturday, we have Saturday school. We'll 100% confirm that time, 9 a.m. Eastern or Central. Sunday, I'm here, hands-on training, you know, in the morning at 10, and strategies at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And then maybe on, I think I'm gonna definitely make it Sundays and Thursdays at 10, where I'll do hands-on training. Right now, up until the 1st, you know, we're gonna go through these, you know, preliminary steps, but we're really gonna dive in. And I would like everybody to get set up so that you can have your MetaTrader 4 set up, and you can actually click buttons and drag lines and boxes and so on and so forth, and push buy, push sell, you know, when we're in a live market, to have that experience. I know a lot of times we're doing it either late at night or early in the morning. So you can also do it during a New York session, which is where we're at right now. So if no one have any more questions, I'll definitely keep you guys up to date with notices. And I look forward to either seeing you guys on the calls this evening or seeing you guys on the trainings on Saturdays and Sundays. But I want to say thank you for your time, and hopefully this was
Appreciate you, Garrett.
Thank you, Gary.
All right. I appreciate you guys as well. Happy trading.
All right, then.
All right,
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.